Right, it's the start of day 2 of GMA Groundsweek, and the first job's an important one. I've got to drop this little punk off at school. Is that right, dude?
Yeah.
Come on then. What do you want to go in, the van or the tractor?
The van.
What? Nah, what's better, the van or the tractor?
Tractor.
Yeah, boy. This Tuesday's going to be quite similar to last Tuesday, but the main difference will be the actual mower that I'm using. So it's been dry all week, so I'm hoping what it'll mean is that the pictures we had to do with the Stealth last week to keep them from too much damage should be dry enough to take the Pegasus this week. So I'm going to go over them, give them a tidy up from those games that have taken place this weekend, and take advantage of the good dry weather, really make them look nice and tidy. And then at least if the weather does change back to normal, i.e. wet, we're on top of everything. But it's such a nice day today, I'll even miss the shorts. So if it's raining by tea time, I do apologise. I'll have to take full responsibility for that. First pictures of the day done. So all 3 junior pitches at Charnock have been mown. Because it's so sunny and I'm in such a good mood, I've even flown over the outfield for the cricket. Got the Pegasus on today. It's been a dry week, so today's job will be to go around those pitches that last week we did with the Stealth, with them being a little bit delicate still. So we'll get over with the Pegasus today, give them another good tidy up, and then this will have a good clean off and a fresh set of blades. Now it's gone over every pitch that we do for the first time since winter. Well, it's a bit drier in the gateway this week, so we have managed to get through without getting too muddy. Fingers crossed that means when we're going home I don't have to wash the tractor again. But yeah, we'll get them all cut. Pitches are a lot drier than last week when we did them with the Stealth, so getting over them with the Pegasus will be great. It does leave it with a nice flat finish, as it's a little bit heavier, it rolls it out ever so gently. We're still not taking massive amounts of grass off, but we're just getting it nice and tidy so that when the growth really does kick in, they'll be in good shape. We've got pitch 1 over there to do, pitch 3 which we lined up last week for them, the training area over there. We've done the warm-up area in front of the building, and we've pitched 2 down here to do. Want to tweak the lines on this pitch. They set up a little bit different to the old robot, and those lines that go up and down should cross the lines that grow across the pitch, and they're not doing. So a little bit of tweaking to do, and then they'll be spot on. And once that tree down the bottom end there has been moved that's fallen, we'll be able to line up pitch 2. Pitch 1 we might line this week if they need it for a game. But yeah, day 2 of Groundsweek, and look at that. The only thing missing is a cloud. Site that I'm on now, we've done work here for quite a few years, similar to most of our customers really. We started out literally twice a year we were vertigrating the pitches for them, and then over time it progressed into helping them with mowing, because originally it was down to the council to cut. The council would go very sporadically. The pitches do get very wet even in summer. we have a couple of days of rain, they do run soft, and the council will just turn up, cut them regardless. If they were really wet, you would leave them, so you would then fall into problems of having really long grass that would suddenly be cut really short, leaving a lot of debris. They cut in unfavourable conditions, so there will be literally lengths of sludge dragged around the field. And then when we took over the line marking for them, we will find that we will mark them perhaps on a Wednesday or a Thursday. The council will turn up on a Friday, scalp the grass as short as they go, and the lines will vanish. Over time, I think the club have improved their communication with the council, and that's meant that they sort of leave the pitches to us now, which means that the club haven't got to worry about our lines going to get cut out. Will the lines be wasted? Will it cost them twice because they're going to have to get the lines redone? So these we tend to do in season fortnightly with the robot marker to keep the lines good, and then during the peak of the growing season we'll cut them weekly. That's set onto a contract where the club know what they're paying every month, and should any additional work need to be done, then we can send it through bill at the end of those months accordingly. Over time, the club themselves have learned a bit about the pitches to understand when it is and isn't sensible to use them, particularly during those summer months when they get wet. And they've also seen the benefits of that regular aeration and decompaction to try and keep the pitches in as good a condition as possible. So again, it's like I say about a lot of my customers, eventually they start to buy into and listen to the advice that we're able to offer on when it's sometimes better to do nothing, when it's sometimes better to not play on pitches, let the rest of it cover. If you look after your pitches, then we'll look after you. That's all done at the rugby then. Next job will be drop the mower off. I've got a rolling job in a paddock which isn't really Groundsweek stuff, and then I may shoot down to Campy's to pick up some new blades for the Pegasus. I completely forgot when I was leaving Leyland that we did these pitches last week with the Stealth, so we'll run over them now with the Pegasus and then they're ready for lines before the weekend. That's both of them home. I don't think it'll win any prizes for grass coverage, but hopefully the club are considering doing a little bit of work in the summer and we can get some fresh grass seed into these pitches just to give them a boost. But again, considering they get a lot of use and they get a lot of rain, they're doing okay. You certainly won't want it on your football pitch, but it's technically not Groundsweek, but our tractor's on the ground. Just rolling this paddock for someone we know. The horses. the paddock road. It's not really a Groundsweek job, but never mind. There's something to do. Looking at how long it's going to take to get to campers and back, and just how much we've got to do, I'm actually going to use, I'll keep a box of blades sharpened up ready just in case we have any breakages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 off each head, because we've got the quad blade system on here. So we'll take 2 off each head and put some of those spares on, and then I'll have road online and get them delivered, or I'll wait for a rainy day and utilise that time a little bit better. So as I go along now, what I'm going to do is scrape off all of the stuff that's accumulated there in the last couple of jobs, and then before we go out tomorrow with it, I'll give it a quick blast off with the steam cleaner. First job on each head is to pick which of the blades have got the most damage, if there's any that have chunks out of the cutting edge, and to be honest, on this particular head they're all much of a muchness, so I'll just take off these 2. To do that, break a bar with 19mm socket on, and it's just rotate round so we're in line. Okay, yeah, socket on, which will probably take a week because I'm videoing it. There we go, and then I go against itself to release it. Once you're located on, just break the lock. They're on a nylocking nut, and you don't actually have to over tighten them massively so that you keep the tips swinging. So once they're broken off, and loose, and then get my little Milwaukee gun with its 19mm on, and that just allows me to get in behind for easy access. Then the blades that you've taken off, they'll just come out of the little holders, like so. Now, because I'm not putting new blades on, I'll keep the old bolts for now. Some of these blades could sharpen up as a spare set. We'll have a look when I've got time. And grab 2 new blades, prop one of the bolts through each one, and then put it into there, and the flat edge of the bolt there will hold it in place, and that makes it really easy for tightening up. Same on this one. Get the old nuts back. So then, same as before, make sure you change the direction of your drive. Tighten them up. So now we've got 2 nice sharpened blades on each head and 2 of the old ones. If we only have the single blade system like we do on the Stealth, then I won't be so happy just putting some resharpened ones on, but we're still not through the worst of the mucky and horrible conditions yet and the first cuts on some sites, so I'm going to use that as the justification for not being organised, not having a stock of new blades. Generally what I'll do anyway is we'll put a new set of blades on after a couple of cuts at the start of each year when we get on top of everything, and then we'll sharpen them a couple of times in the season and then keep them on through the winter, just so I mean you can see where it's been mowing, the mud dulls the blades off from your worm casts and your molehills and all sorts of rubbish over winter. So there's no point putting new blades on every 2 minutes, and then we'll do a full set of new blades, new bolts and nuts to hold them on. We'll resharpen, actually keep a box full, sharpen up as spares, and then yeah, the same every season. Right, that's new blades on them all. I think it goes without saying, if you're mucking around with changing blades, you make sure your tractor's off, the keys out, and there's no chance of anybody getting in there and starting it up. Otherwise you might be losing fingers, and that comes from someone who managed to stick 2 fingers into a cylinder mower and nearly get them chopped off. So yeah, tractor's off, keys out, that's why I'm happy mauling around with the blades. It's a bit more respectable, nice and clean now under the deck, so it'll get better lift on the grass and give a better cut, especially now we've changed out a pair of blades on each head. Tractor has a rinse, happy days. Right, slow end to the day now, no more work because I've picked these 3 up from school and there's something they want to say.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on this video. Till the